Alright, I mean, Koyun and Yota kind of seem like. I mean, the episode before that was like Minato was on top. Now Yota is on top, and it's like, okay, the tides can shift very quickly. I don't know who's gonna end up with Koyun, but I'm fine with either one, right? Like, it's a different dynamic, like I said before. But I do slightly prefer Minato, so I hope he does win. But there's a Yota's dynamic with her is also really good. They just seem like very comfortable with each other, and that's nice, obviously. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully the Minato ship will not fail. Hopefully. Let's just go. Netflix, fuck you.
ただいま。
Oh, you piece of shit. Vietnamese my ass.
ただいま。
Yota.
さっきは
Okay, maybe it's not synced to you guys, but for me it was just that literally perfectly synced when she said Yota.
ごめんね。
え？
友達いるときに家族に話しかけられるのとか普通嫌だよね。
That's true. It is a little bit awkward that you're like talking with someone and then your family goes like, "Oh, Yota." It's like, Mom, with a friend right now.
ああ、もうほんと年頃なのに。
いや、全然。
Whoa. Does she think they're dating? Honestly, I would assume that too, not gonna lie.
大丈夫。
Yeah, let's look at this. Some fried vegetables, decent. Coleslaw, don't know why you need the double. Miso soup, always a winner. And then some pebble-looking karage, decent. Man, that Steam animation. Let's look at that. Definitely. CGI, but not bad.
いただきまーす。こらこら。
Yeah, not gonna lie. This is one of the reasons people don't want to have kids. They're annoying as hell. Look at them. They're annoying and they're expensive. Why do you want to have them?
ご飯食べるまで待って。
I like how he's just so done with it. He's just like, can you wait till I'm done? He's just resigned to his fate. Like, yep, this is life. I'm not gonna, never gonna be free of this shit, am I?
あ
ほ
Uh,
ーらー。お兄ちゃんの邪魔しないの。
exactly. Holy, Dad, can you fucking deal with your children, please? God, man. Good lord. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. You know what? Dad's probably a working adult, I think. There's no one that can take care of the kids. God damn it. Mom is the one, the traditional housewife. This guy cooks and not cooks. He works, and then Yota just got back. It's like, God damn it. I guess the mom has to do it.
限界。変わろうか。
陽太くんは何もしなくていい。
Bro, you haven't even touched your food. Please, just eat your food. I'm sure your parents will be able to deal with it.
もう。
ありがとう。
Looks good. Bro, you can't be chewing that for that long.
頭の中で。
That's not Yota, is it? Like this looks like a different guy. Him. No, wait. Like, Yota doesn't talk like this.
頭の中で。その日聞いた音がぐるぐると回る。
I do get that though. Like, when you're just sitting in bed and you just like feel like the memories of the day, maybe even days before, just like swirling in your head. Even like random ones, like you said, the sounds and shit. I do get that. It's just, I guess, conserving memory.
音を消さないと飲まれないよ
What the fuck?
うに何も考えるな。
Thing. It's very hard, especially in the day and age of brain rot and short attention spans, to think of absolutely nothing. Because, like, our brains are so fixated on fucking dopamine and shit that we really have to think of something. Like it's like, oh, we gotta think of something because otherwise there's not enough dopamine. We're gonna fucking die. So it's kind of impossible to think of nothing, but it is possible to like calm your mind down at least a little bit and to just, I don't know, like just doing some exercises, like literally just sitting still for like 10 minutes. That helps, I think, for attention span. Though that's useless if you spend more time just fucking doom scrolling and overstimulating yourself. Yeah.
うち妹と弟がいるんですけど、ほんと自己主張が強くて、この前夜ご飯何にするってなって。
Koyun, you shouldn't be staying up this late to watch drama. What the fuck happened last episode? Because I feel as if it was just like the ending was just them hanging out and then he walked her home, well, walked her to the station. Like, why does she look like
た
this?
ら妹がパスタって言った瞬間に弟がカレーってどっちも言った
Just
らし
get
くて、で
pasta curry.
弟と妹
I want to know how the story ends. God, I was kind of interested in that. Like, did they get like a curry pasta or something? I know it's like really mundane and stupid, but I want to know.
がまだ小さくてうちの中うるさいから。
ずっとここにいたの？
けどぼーっとしたい。
もしかし
It's very interesting that a guy like Yota in his kind of environment where he's surrounded by really noisy like siblings, it's very interesting to me that of all people, he seems to be like the most calm, just I think that's the best way to describe it. He's just like a very calming person. He likes to zone out sometimes. He definitely can just like slow down and chillax for a little bit. It's very interesting because you'd think that for someone like him, I guess he had to learn that skill, to have like that patience and that kind of calming presence in order to pipe down the siblings and the kids inside his household. I guess that does make sense now that I think about it, and that's why Koyan is so comfortable with him because he's used to exuding that kind of like calming and chill aura that makes you feel comfortable.
してと思えば思うほど今まで聞いた言葉がつながってきてしまう。けどもし当たっていたとして、それは私が介入していいこと？
What?
本人が大丈夫だと言っていることに対して勝手に心配して。
I do think sometimes people say that they're fine, but it's still a cry for help. But sometimes people say they're fine, and it's just a sign that while they're struggling a little, they don't really want your help. It's very difficult, and I feel like you need some level of emotional intelligence and some level of like ability to read people in order to determine whether it's one or the other, whether they're actually crying for help or whether they might be struggling but just don't really want the help just yet. It's difficult, and I feel like it takes experience. And while getting that experience could be very painful, it's necessary in order to not bring pain to your future relationships, you know?
ずかずかと踏み込
And
む。
also, what is she going to intrude in? I didn't really talk about that yet, but what is she thinking is happening? Like, there doesn't seem to be any sort of drama at home, and I don't know how she would infer that there is some sort of drama at home. I don't get what she's talking about.
でいいもの。
OP? Alright, let's get back to the rest of the episode. Episode 7, Loneliness and Solitude. Huh.
小雪、聞いて。お父さんとお母さん離婚するの。
That's... Okay, Motherfucker, we just got done with the OP and now you're gonna give us your backstory? Like... Alright then. Man, if I had a nickel for every time the main character of a spring 2026 rom-com anime had parents that got a divorce, I would have 2 cents. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Not gonna lie.
二人がテレビで見るような仲良し夫婦でないことも。たまに私の見ていないところで言い合いをしていたことも。
I feel as if there is no such thing as a perfect relationship like you see on TV. And that's the sad part. I think that ironically the thing that I'm watching right now, romance anime, and just the romance genre, not just in sort of like anime, but just even in Western, Eastern media, all types of media. Romance as a genre has really romanticized, for lack of a better word, the idea of love. And I feel as if a very big part of it is just the fact that they really skim over the actual relationship parts. Like, really think about most romance anime, apart from like a few, like maybe Horimiya, Polar Opposites, Kage-sama, they really don't dig into the relationship itself. A lot of it is just the chase, and then just like at the end, they're like the perfect fucking happy couple, which is okay and fine. Like some really good shows go like that. Like for example, not Blue Box, Fruit Basket. But the problem is that the continued use of that makes us think that the chase is very important. The chase is kind of the end all be all, and once you get into that relationship, you'll be happy because it's like the best thing ever. But it's not like that. It's just relationships are just a thing that add on to your life. And so because people have, well, the genre has really romanticized love and relationships, people, especially younger people and first timers, they get into these relationships thinking it's gonna be so like great and everything, but only to discover that it's just like there's a lot of baggage that comes with relationships. Not saying that they can't be good; they can absolutely be very beneficial to both sides, but there are responsibilities. There is actual like baggage and things that you need to bring into a relationship. And so I don't know. I just feel as if that's one of the things I hate about the romance genre, the fact that it's contributed to this. And I wish there were more stories just talking about the relationship itself. More stories like Polar Opposites, where we actually have the relationship and they go through some shit. Like in Polar Opposites, while it is mostly happy, they actually do deal with the characters running into some rough patches. Tani and Suzuki, they do have some misunderstandings, and sometimes they have a bit, maybe not an argument, but they have a bit of a split. Now they do resolve it by the end, but that's just how a good relationship should go. And I just wish that sometimes we can get more portrayal of good relationships, and sometimes less good relationships, where they can bicker and argue, but they still like love each other and care for each other. I want to see that more in media, but romance media. But I don't think we really get that.
本当は全部気づいていた。けどそれでも私がお母さんと仲良くてお父さんからは愛されているという安心感が。
Dad loved me. Look at that line. Dad loved me. Not mom, just dad. But mom and I were close, and that dad loved me. I mean, okay. Maybe there's something
から
there.
は愛されているという安心感が、二人をつなぎ止めているという自信があったから。大丈夫だって思ってたのに、お父さんにとって私は
Oh
いな
shit.
くてもいい存在なの。
And that's the thing, divorce, it sucks either way, but when you have a child involved, it really, putting a child through that kind of trauma is just the worst. Again, this is the second time we're really discussing it this season, the other time being Kuranika, or Niga Niga, as some Indian guy calls it. But I've never been through divorce, thankfully, but I can just imagine pain just like this, and just like what we saw with Maki and Kuranika. It sucks, and it makes you undermine, it makes the child from a very early age undermine their trust in relationships and really devalue themselves, which is what made Maki and Koyu into the people that they are. Well, contributed to it. There are obviously other factors. So I feel like this phrase really rings true for me, but every child deserves a parent, right? But not every parent deserves a child. And the dysfunctional parents definitely don't deserve a child. And a child definitely does not deserve to have dysfunctional parents. But it's life. It's not perfect. We end up with situations like these. It's fucked up.
水筒ダサくてウケるんだけど。やめなってま。
Are you really making fun of her water bottle? Listen, I can poke fun at someone's water bottle, yes. But I feel like they're just grasping at straw at this point, you know? Like, when I make fun of a water bottle, I'm like, bro, why you get a Tesla water bottle? This is Elon Musk. That kind of thing. But, yeah, your water bottle looks so lame. Okay, it's a water bottle, who gives a shit?
輪の中で馴染めず、どこにいてもそこが自分の居場所ではないような感覚と。
コユンはさ、五十嵐の何がそんなに嫌なの？ちょっとかわいそう。
Honestly, Mickey really fucked up with this. Like, I cannot understand just how much Mickey really messed up when it comes to what she said in this conversation. Because I remember this from last episode. The fact that she had the gall to just say that he likes you, so might as well give it a shot. Like, yes, you can give it a shot. I'm not saying you can't. It's not a decision you can come to. But to make her feel as if she should and edge her onto that, it's just... Obviously, with hindsight, we know that the relationship turned out sour, I think, in some way. We don't really know the full details. But Mickey really should have considered Koyun's feelings before just her own and what she thought was right. But they're stupid kids, alright? I can totally understand why she'd say this. It's just...
人と気持ちを共有し合えない空虚感と、もしかすると。
And the reason why she couldn't share her feelings is because people that she could, her dad, maybe her mom, her dad left, right? They betrayed her. They left her. And so, well, look, Koyun even lives alone. Like, we never see the mom in this entire series, so Koyun could deadass just leave alone. And so both of parents just left. And so now she feels as if there really isn't anyone that she is comfortable with to share her feelings with, and no one that really would listen to her share her feelings. That's why.
自分は誰にとってもいてもいなくてもいい存在なのかもしれないという不安が、ゆっくりとじわじわと心を壊していって。あの時私は誰かといる方が。
I guess we don't know how things went with Igarashi, but the reason why she feels so alone when she's with others, including Igarashi, was because she can't share her feelings, right? She just kind of has to push on and interact with people that she can't really get close to. She doesn't want to get close with, and just feels as if might betray her or leave her the same way her parents did. So she just, because of that disconnect and because of the fact that she can't really form those kind of bonds with people, that's why when she's with others, she feels alone, because deep inside she probably does want to form that connection, but because of her past trauma, she just can't. So it makes her feel more alone. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just totally misinterpreting a character.
孤独だった。
Probably am.
ヨータは私じゃない。境遇も自分とは全然違う。
Yeah, how did this all stem from her thinking of something, thinking of Yota's circumstance? Like, what did she think Yota is dealing with right now? I really don't know.
自分にとっての正解が相手にとっては違うかもしれない。それでもわかる気がするから。誰かといるときにここは自分の居場所じゃないって感じてしまう寂しさ。
I feel like that applies to a lot of people, especially at this age. That feeling of just being around people but not really fitting in, as if like you're with people, you're with friends, and yet you still feel as if you don't belong simply because you're not close with them. They kind of like fake friends. They hang out with you, but maybe like just by convenience, you know? Like they would rather hang out with other people and they're not really that close with you. I think that's it, you know?
あ、コユン。多分月光時刻ぐらい。
What is that smile, bro? Oh yeah, I remember from last episode. She ships it. She absolutely ships Koyun and Yota. So why does the phone drop slower than the? Okay, that's cute though.
こういう
ああ、ごめん。あ
Hey, don't look at someone else's messages. That's
りが
weird.
とう。
見ちゃった
From how would you even interpret that? Just like, hey, when are you gonna be done with club activities? Probably an uprising. Like, what is there some kind of club member uprising against the teachers or some shit?
どういう意味だ
Yeah, what? I feel like most messaging apps allow you to edit your message like at least a few minutes within sending them. Chinese. God damn, that looks good. Fuck man, I miss Chinese food even though I can get it right now.
修正する前にスマホを落としかけて送っちゃって。
Yeah, you know what? I feel as if the Minato and Koyun ship is kind of dead. I'm sorry to all my fellow Koyunato? Miyun? Miyun. I'm sorry to all my fellow Miyun shippers, but the ship is dead. Long live Yoyun? Koita? Kota? Kota. That's a good one.
どういう誤字なの
I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a loud ass helicopter outside my room right now. And don't ask me how my dorm has a helicopter, because even I don't know how the fuck we afforded that.
って思ったもん
I'm paying, like, my fucking dorm rent is being used to pay for a fucking helicopter. I feel as if it's just a little bit of waste. Just a little bit.
スマホの文字打つの苦手なんだよね。
おじいちゃん
Honestly, I also feel as if phone screens are just so small. Like, it's genuinely so easy to just make a typo on your phone because like, I don't know, like, the thing is just so small. I can't do it. I want to press B, but I want to press B, but I accidentally press G or space, and it's like, bruh, come on.
お父さんですらなくなった。
付き合わ
Man, I still like doing this, you know, like standing, like, you know, when it's like the road and there's like a little bit of like an incline, not really an incline, but like a slightly higher place. I like to walk on that definitely. That's what I like.
付き合わせてごめんね
いいよ。
Wait, so why did... I mean, you can hang out for no reason, yeah, but... Is there a reason for the hangout other than just wanting to hang out? Because if they just wanted to hang out, I feel like... Man, Minato's gonna get cucked.
あのさうち離婚しててね
What the fuck? Alright, I get that you want to share your past. But, holy shit. Koyun. What the fuck? Just randomly, unprompted. My parents are divorced. I understand it's kind of hard to bring that up in any conversation, but it's just so funny to me She just is like, sorry for bringing you out here. After like literally like hours of hanging out, and then just my parents are divorced. Okay, give me a heads up next time.
帰っても一人なこと多いんだけど、陽太が暇な時たまにでいいから。放課後一緒に時間潰してくれたら嬉しい。
Oh, it's actually really wholesome.
私が。
Yeah. And like that's the thing with Yota over Minato. Koyun is just way more comfortable with Yota. They can just hang out and chill together. So, man, I really don't see any path for Minato to win this. But like I said before, I like the Yota ship as well. I honestly think they fit well together. I see it, but I do prefer Minato.
コユンは優しいね。
But
全然私は心狭いし怒りっぽいし。
そんなことない。俺にとっては優しいよ。ごめん。ちょっとだけ話聞いてくれない？
oh, now they're both opening up about their things. What is Yota dealing with? Because I thought the family situation is really stable, but
母さんが亡くなってから父さん本当に忙しそうでさ。
oh yeah, that one was it wasn't Onesan. It was stepmom. Who the fuck was the woman? I forgot.
学校行事にも全然来れなくて。
Oh,
小学校の参観日とかは余計なことを考えないようにして
yikes,
た。
man. Oh yeah, I forgot that Yota wears glasses, but he's kind of like that dude from Horimiya. I think he's called Nagi, where he has to wear glasses, but he always wear contacts, and sometimes he forgets them and he can't see shit.
それから。
陽太くん、はじめまして。大きいね。
こちらあかりさん。
父さんが今の母さんを紹介してきたんだ。
Why is she looking at us like that? I'm not very comfortable with. This reminds me of the manga. You know that manga where that Kiwi made a video on. What was it called again? I know Senbiki. Yes, I know Senbiki. Kind of reminds me of that, where the woman. Okay, let me give you a brief rundown on the plot. This kid doesn't have a mom, so he goes on a sugar mommy dating app, which I didn't even know existed. As soon as I turn 18, I'm getting one of those. But that's the point. He goes on a sugar mama dating app, and he finds a woman called Saki. Goes on a sugar date, doesn't realize what sugar dating really is, and explains everything to Saki. They still fuck though, and then the school finds out, and they punish him, and he never meets Saki again until it turns out Saki married his father, and then the father goes away, and then Saki has free reign to just make weird advances on the kid. It's a very interesting manga because Saki's like, you should watch that video. I might link it in the description if I ever remember to do that, which I probably won't. But it's a very interesting manga. I recommend you check it out. But I'm just getting those kind of vibes here.
ごめん、人見知りなだけで。ヨタ、無理しなくていいから。
Why?
母さん、すっごい俺に優しいの。
Yeah, just a normal mom, right? She's just a normal mom, not like Saki from Aina Senbiki. There's also good gooning material if you really want that, but at that point, just read a hentai. God damn, that is a lot. That's a lot of karage, man. This woman is speaking my language.
だけど。
あかり、育休取れそう。
Oh,
やっと受けてたよ。
I didn't know Japan had paternity leave. That's great.
たまに思うんだよ。
だから言ったでしょ。
俺いるってなんかずっと自分一人だけ家族の中で違う感じで
I guess that's why he's so used to like spacing out and just like chilling and being alone. Because he's just kind of ignored in the household. You can understand why he'd be ignored in the household because the parents have other shit to deal with. They have their jobs. They have to like cook and clean, being a trad wife, and they also have to take care of the kids. They're very busy people, and Yota is a very like mature and mostly independent guy, so they kind of leave him alone. But that kind of creates that creates the feeling of invisibility. It's like what they don't really seem to care much about Yota, even though they do care. It's just that they think that he's fine because I feel like Yota doesn't really open up. That's the thing because they're so busy, they would usually make time for him, but they don't know that they should, so they just go about things as usual, while Yota just kind of suffers in silence. So in this situation, while you do feel alone, and I can completely understand why you would feel alone, and that you want to like not disturb them because you think they don't care. The best thing to do here is to just tell them that you're going through some shit. Tell them that you feel a little bit kind of invisible, right? And I'm sure that the parents will be accommodating. I'm sure that the parents will apologize and promise to make some time for you, to love you, just the same as they love your siblings. I feel that's the amicable way to solve this, but obviously for dumb kids and even for adults, I feel like it's very difficult to overcome this kind of thing.
ほんと贅沢なんだけど考え出すと止まらなくて
Mm.
ずっと逃げてんの
ヨータ、思うことや考えることを責めちゃダメだよ。
Mm.
気持ちが痛いほどわかる。なんでこんなこと思ってしまうんだろう、考えちゃうんだろうって。自分を責めれば責めるほどどんどん自分のこと嫌いになっていくでしょ。
Koyan is absolutely right here. You cannot really control your feelings because you don't control your brain. Your brain is controlling you. Your brain controls your fucking thoughts and your actions and your movements. You can't really control your brain. So it's fine to have these thoughts, to have these feelings. But I feel like where it draws the line and what you should not do is just let them dwell for so long and be so like fixated on these emotions and start to despise yourself for feeling this way because you really can't control it, right? You obviously shouldn't be happy that you feel this way, but you shouldn't beat yourself up about it, right? You should just be aware of these feelings and move on with your life. But the more you start to like dwell on these feelings and really question why you think them, the more you're going to start to despise yourself. And the more you despise yourself, just the worse it is for your self-esteem and the worse it is for your mental health. It's just the best way to do it is just try and move on from them and try to just live life while being aware of them and being aware of how those feelings might affect your actions.
環境から逃げたところで自分からは逃げられない。
すごいねコユンお見通しだね
Shit. Oh, first one to make her cry as well. I know I said this before with Minato as well, but truly, how is Yota not the main ship? I can't see any other path. Look at her.
えコユン泣いて
あ、これは気にしないで。感情の整理が追いつかない時のバグみたいなもんだから。
It's very funny. But I feel like the reason she's crying is because she feels appreciated for once. Because she's been like neglected and ignored and doesn't feel like she fits in. The way that Yota just says that she can see right through him and that he affirms the fact that she can understand him and that she probably belongs with him in some way. That thought makes her cry because it's like the first time she felt as if she belongs. She belongs with someone, that there's someone that will listen to her, that will actually like care for her. So honestly, Yota is very much winning.
よくあることだから。
And that's one again, that is the advantage of Yota. He really does create like a safe space for Koyun and really does care for her. Even Minato does also care for her a lot as well, but Yota is just more comforting and it's just easier to share your feelings with him.
性別も体格も性格も全て私と違うヨータのことが羨ましくて、ヨータの優しさは心の強さや余裕から来るものだと思ってたけど、もし我慢や諦めから来るものだったら、そんなの辛いだけだよ。
I never really thought about that. Yota is a very kind guy, and I like Koyo, and I also think that it was just because he's a nice guy. But that interpretation, the more I think about it, it does make sense because he's bottling up his feelings so much, and because he kind of feels invisible. I think that he is kind because of the fact that he can't really rock the boat, right? Like at home, because you have to be like accommodating when you're invisible like that. The only thing you can be is just accommodating to people and just let them. The best thing you can do is just letting them live their lives and do their shit. So he's very kind and kind of accommodating to people because of that invisibility. I get that a lot because I also used to feel invisible, and I get that feeling of like I gotta accommodate people because that's the only thing I can do as like an invisible character. So that kind of makes you like a doormat in some cases, but I do get that a lot.
いい人なんかじゃなくていいよ。
And that I also agree with. There's no such thing as very few people in this world I believe are good people. Anyone, like any famous person you can think of, probably isn't that good of a person if you really think about it, and if you really get to know them. So I think that life is kind of like an eternal Scott Pilgrim. You will almost never be a good person, and that's okay. All you need to do is just become less and less of an asshole. And while you may not be completely happy with yourself, you can get more comfortable with being proud of yourself by reducing your assholeness until maybe you're a not so bad person. That's it. Because we're all assholes. We're all dicks. But it's just about becoming less of an asshole, maturing a little bit, becoming less of a dick. That's what life's about for me.
だから自分を責めないで。
Oh.
ありがとう、コユン。変な話してごめんね。
Nah. It's good. It's not weird at all. It's good that you like vent out your feelings because you can't keep it bottled up forever. You gotta let it out a little bit, and it's nice that you're comfortable enough with her to let it out with her.
変じゃない。
No, to her.
こんな話、人にしたの初めて。
Mm.
ミナトとかが相手だったら絶対言ってない。
ヨータ。
What's wrong with Minato? Why? Oh well, okay. I feel like Minato would definitely, because he's the locksmith guy. He would definitely yeah. If he heard that, he would try to solve the problem. Yes, but sometimes you just need someone to listen, right? You don't need a problem solver. You just gotta have a listener. And I feel like that's a trap that many people fall into, not just with romantic relationships, but with platonic ones as well. That they hear someone like spewing out a problem and they think of like, oh, I wouldn't do that. You gotta do this and shit. And I feel that that's the wrong move because most of the time, people know what to do. People understand most of the time that what they're doing is wrong and that they should be doing something else, right? And they just want to vent out their frustrations and get out all these negative emotions so that they can do the right thing eventually. Because if you have someone tell you what's right to do, it's like, yeah, I know, I want to do that, but it's very difficult to. So the best piece of advice I can give people is that you know what to do, so just do it. So living by that mantra, I do get in that habit as well of like, oh, like the fuck, just do this and that. It's like, and I try to minimize that. I'm not perfect at it, but I just try to remember all the time that people know what to do, and while I do want to edge people closer to that correct solution, I also don't want to just come off as like mansplaining or nagging too much, because that's not what my role is. I'm not supposed to solve your problems. I'm just supposed to set you on the right path to do that yourself.
で、雨宮君のこと大好きだよね。
全然
You know, maybe Yaoi. Maybe that could be the end. Maybe that could be the ship instead.
そうですか。私でよかったらいくらでも話聞く。
That's nice.
我慢しすぎると心にこうどんどんすすが溜まってくから。
すす
Huh?
すす溜まると視野が狭くなってどんどん自由に動く。
Ah, okay, that's what she's saying. So when you bury things up, it like puts soot, or I guess like some cement or some kind of thing around your heart, and it just eventually just makes you feel like you're stuck and you're just like consumed by these feelings because you bottle them up. You gotta dig them up eventually and share them. It might be painful for a while, but if you don't do that, you're just gonna get covered in this soot, this goop and slop until you just can't really function properly, and you just always have this feeling of dread or this feeling of invisibility, and it just completely ruins your life and the way you act.
出なくなるの。
そっか確かに
Yeah, the way that she led with it, the way she can explain it, kind of was a bit off, but the point that she's making is definitely correct.
あー
Ah, bro.
どうしようコユンあのさ
Oh. Oh. I didn't think it would. Okay. This is only episode 7. I think this is only 12 episodes, maybe 13, but. Could this be it? Could it be it? Are you killing me?
好きなんだ
Wait. No. If he says he's in love with Mickey, oh god, I will want to jump out of this building. No.
Huh?
No. Please say I'm in love with you. Don't say anyone. If you say anyone else, like Mickey or even fucking Minato, I don't care about the yaoi. If you say that, I will.
好きなんだ
It was so impactful they had to play it twice. I didn't skip back or anything. This is literally just them replaying the scene.
ミッキ
No! Oh. Oh. I saw it coming too. No. Do you know who you're talking to? Oh. Okay, we don't. In fairness, we don't know whether Koyun likes Yota. But god damn, that is if she does. Oh. Oh, and that is a hit to the gut. Oh, I that is just. If she actually does have feelings for him, which kind of implied, maybe implied, that's a big yeah. Like hearing the person that you like saying that they like someone else. Oh, it hurts. It hurts, and I really don't want to play any further because I'm gonna feel so bad for Koyun. I'm gonna. Please, Koyun, stay strong. Please.
のこと
Uh oh. Okay. She's more shocked than heartbroken. She thought it was gonna be her, but it turned out to be okay. Thank God. I did not want an arc like that where Koyun literally just gets cut. Oh God, no. Love.
どっちも
嘘全然気づかなかった。ヨウタいつも落ち着いてるから。
I mean, it's kind of how he act. Like he's very good at acting calm externally when he feels like invisible internally. That's kind of his thing because like when you feel like you're invisible, you kind of feel like you have to accommodate people, right? Because you're just a background character, you have to support the rest of the cast, and so part of accommodating people is also learning to bury your feelings and act calm when you really aren't. So that makes sense for Yota's character, honestly.
いやいやそんなことないよ俺ミキの前だといつもめちゃくちゃポンコツで
Really?
そんなこと。
Oh! Oh! It all makes sense! I see it! Damn! That's actually really smart. Props to you, whoever wrote the manga for this. I mean, that was pretty nice foreshadowing, and also, I'm loving Ramparts Advice so far. Let's just take a moment to just really appreciate the manga. Let me pull up who made this manga, but it's written by the same person that wrote Polar Opposites, which is insane to me. Right? Like, how do you produce two bangers that both get an anime adaptation? Kocha Agasawa. Kocha Agasawa. Agasawa-san? Agasawa-kun? I don't know. But Agasawa-kun, respect to you, man. Respect to you. I just wanted to take a minute to appreciate that because that's really nice foreshadowing. And throughout this entire show, I feel like the writing has just been so strong and probably even stronger than Polar Opposites. I've just really been enjoying it.
あるな。
港にはだいぶ前にバレてるんだけど
Oh, Minato's already known.
ム
Okay.
カつくからずっと否定してる
気恥ずかしいんだね。
Hmm.
うわ、どうしよう、何これ。めちゃくちゃ嬉しい。
That is the exact opposite of what I expected. That is literally the exact opposite of what I expected. Cause like, I guess she's happy that the two of her friends are getting together. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But, wow, it's not what I expected at all. I mean, like Mickey, I was just like, oh, these two could be a couple. That looks nice, but once again, proving Danjoru wrong. A boy-girl friendship can survive, and these two are just friends. They just care about each other a lot, obviously, and they make a safe space for each other, but they don't really want to go the direction mile. They have feelings for other people, and into those feelings, they can kind of share them with each other and grow closer as friends, but also work towards their love. It's honestly really nice to see just a male-female friendship like this. This and also Minato and Miki to an extent, but Miki might like Minato, so I'm just gonna I'm putting a bit of a question mark on that one.
本当の私ってなんだろう。自分の気持ちがわからない。勝手に理想の性格作って勝手に幻滅してんじゃねえ。
Yeah, I remember that. She's absolutely right about that, and I don't think Yota is falling for some kind of ideal version of Miki. I feel like because they've been together for so long, that I think Yota has seen both sides of her, not just like the cool, like popular girl, but also the gorilla in her and the one that has a bit of a short temper and can get angry at people.
ミキ、ちゃんとありのままのミキを好きな人がいるよ。
Ah, that's why she's happy. Because she knows that Yota understands Miki more than like the other guys that have asked her out. And so the fact that someone actually understands Miki and actually likes her and loves her for who she is, that's what makes her so happy. Ah, that makes a lot of sense.
しかもこんな素敵な人が。
He's a great guy, yeah.
ヨタはミキと付き合いたいの？
コウユン、なんでそんな急に元気なの？
ごめん、なんか嬉しくて。
I mean, that is a good question. Are you gonna ask her out? Don't blame me for asking.
あ、でもミキの気持ちは。
That's the thing. Does Miki like Minato? That's the big question now, because we've cleared up the whole thing with Koya and Yota. But what about Miki and Minato? Because I honestly could see Miki liking Minato.
そこまで考えてない。というか、本人に言うつもりない。
What?
ただ好きなだけ。ミキのこと。友達としても本当に大事だし。
You just said you were in love with her. It's not just like. You said in love. So, don't go talking about, oh, I value her as a friend as well. Listen, I can understand it, and it isn't completely your call. But, if you feel that something's eating away at you, and that every time you interact, while you do enjoy it, you kind of yearn for something more, I feel as if, at that point, you probably should just tell her. Right? You probably should.
俺のことそういう風に見てないってのも分かってるから。
How do you know that?
けどなんかだんだん騙してるみたいで好きになってごめんって気持ちが。
I get that too, because like you're a guy, not really guy best friend, but like a guy friend of hers, and you kind of like her, and you feel as if, oh, I'm just like being friends with her to get close with her. I do get that. It kind of makes you feel guilty. It's like, is this kind of fucked up? Am I doing a wrong thing here? You know, it's what people hate. I do feel that, but like, I don't feel as if, because he didn't really become friends with her in order to like get with her. He's just like known her for a while and has developed feelings. That's the main difference. Like you know them and then you develop feelings for them, rather than just you develop feelings for them and then you like get close to them in order to fuck.
だから自分を責めちゃダメだって。
The soot.
今日話したこと内緒ね。
当たり前じゃん。
Well, what about Minato? He knows. Why not
心
him?
から応援してるけど、露骨な行動はやめとくね。
I will almost certainly be giving it away, either by accident or on purpose, because I suck at secrets, first of all. And second of all, I'm a rom-com enjoyer. I want to see my ship sail. I want to see my friend get with the girl. I'm sorry.
ありがとう。
And yeah, I know I'm an asshole for that. Don't actually like interfere with people like that. Just please don't be like me and actually let your friends get into the relationships on their own pace. egg them on if you feel like you must, but just guide them on the right path. Don't force them.
親指みたい。
小指です。
His thumb is so big that she thought it was a pinky. Sorry, his pinky was so big she thought it was a thumb. Whoa, I'm stupid.
俺、コユンと友達になれてよかった。
Yeah. I'm glad too. And I'm not even one of
私
them.
も。
陽太くん、おかえり。
ただいま。
どっか寄り道してた？
How? How did she know? Did she have a sixth sense or something? Is he
帰るの
sweatier?
遅すぎた。うん。友達と。
I guess. Okay, that makes way more sense. But like, why was she staring then? What was she staring at if it wasn't like something that made her think, wait a minute, he took a detour? Because if it was just like, if it was just the fact that he was late, why did she have to like stare at his chest or something before coming to that like, huh?
やっぱり。なんか表情明るいからいいことでもあったのかな。
Thanks, mom.
え、
ああ、もう髪乾かしてからにして。
まったく。だってお兄ちゃんすぐ自分の部屋行っちゃうもん。ねえ。だから迎えに来たの。
Oh, look at that. He's not invisible anymore. The kids actually want to like play with him.
待ってるから髪乾かしておいで。うん。
Ah.
あ
もう。
あ、ヨタ、冷凍庫にアイスあるよ。ちょっといいやつ。
I love me some ice cream. Oh! Listen, one thing that will always win my heart over is food. The second thing is chokers.
晩ご飯食べてからね。
Yeah, so who the fuck would eat ice cream then dinner? Nah. There is one time I remember I just ate a tub of ice cream for dinner and I felt like a complete piece of shit. And I also didn't gain any weight, so it didn't work at all. Oh,
人の優しさが素直に心に染みてくる。
the family does care and they're making time for him. It's just that they've been so busy that they do kind of forget about him a little bit, but he's still in their minds and they definitely want to make him feel included and they love him. They're still family and they all love each other. I think if he just voiced his feelings a bit more, they would spend even more time with him. They would care for him more because, like I said before, they don't hate him. They don't want to ignore him. They love him.
なんで居場所がないなんて思ったんだろう。
Sometimes you feel that way because you're a little bit ignored. Because like you're surrounded by people, but none really like know you or care about you enough to like listen to you. I get that though. I get that a lot.
そっか。全然自覚なかったな。こんなに静かな夜は。
Look at that. So now the thoughts of today are not swirling through his head and it's like quiet. Why is like obviously like you can see the correlation in that like now he feels like he belongs, he feels appreciated. But then why does that cause the thoughts in his head to quiet down? That's the thing that I'm wondering. Let me think for a moment. Maybe it's about the fact that usually when he thinks of those sounds, it's like if you heard it at the beginning, it sounded like people like having fun, people like playing around, talking in the back while he's just in the background. So he feels that like fear of missing out and feels as if he's like left alone and is invisible because everyone around him is having fun and everyone else is able to like talk and shit, but he is just kind of left alone. So because he feels invisible and unappreciated, he continues to dwell on those feelings and he continues to just remember those times and swirl in those thoughts of people like ignoring him and having fun while doing so. And so because now he feels more that he belongs with Koyun, and also with the fact that his family is like making time for him, like caring for him, that makes it feel like he belongs. And so those thoughts don't swirl in his head because those thoughts are triggered by the feeling of being left out, the feeling of being invisible. Did I cook? Did I cook or did I cook, folks?
いつぶりだろ
Oh, a bit more left.
昨
Bread.
日よく眠れた？
ううんぐっすり
そう。
Okay. If these are the same price, that's crazy. Like one sandwich is the same price as all these breads. There's no way that is true, but I'm just kind of thinking, like, how does this guy spend so much more than this girl? Like, I get that, I guess sporty guys, like sporty tall guys, eat more than girls, smaller girls, but really?
ぐっすり
Really?
そう。
あれあ飲み物を変えた
Man, Minato has definitely at least felt cucked. He's not actually getting cucked because they're just friends, but he has definitely been feeling hella cucked right now because of how close Koyun and Yota are. But I feel the same way as well. Like, there's a lot of times that I see a girl that I like close to a guy, and I know that they're not like that, but I still feel as if, you know, I still feel jealous because even if like they are not dating, it's still a person that's closer to her than I am, a person that's closer to dating her than I am, and so like I also want to get closer to her. But that's a really fucked up way to look at it, right? Like I always say, Markiplier mindset. You do not compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to how close they are, and like dwell in that and feel as if you need to become close. Just focus on yourself, right? And get closer to them, but don't like push it or anything. You shouldn't like go into things with like, oh, I want to like I want to like, get close to you. I want to like get into that relationship. It's like to get closer with someone, you really need to have a sense of sincerity and a genuine sense of wanting to get to know them and wanting to understand them better beyond just like wanting to get into a relationship with them. So don't just get close to people for the sake of getting into a relationship. That's the wrong way to go about it. Get close to them because you're actually interested in them, because you actually care about them, because you actually want to know more about them. That's the TLDR.
うん
雨宮くん、久しぶり。
久しぶり
Hmm.
お
I've been saying this entire episode that the Minato stocks have been crashing down. Oof! But with Yota out of the picture, who's gonna stop us now? Who's gonna stop us now? I swear to God, if another guy comes in and actually makes it a love triangle, I'm gonna be so pissed. Cause we really cleared out our greatest competition just to get more.
3人一緒じゃん。
めちゃくちゃ勝ち取ってる
Okay, that's a Japanese thing. I don't know what these three things are.
ミキもお昼は購買パンなの？
聞いて、今日玄関にお弁当忘れてきちゃった。
あらら
あれ、アンパンまだあった？
うんあげようか
いや、お金払うよ。いくら
I was very much paying close attention to Yota because now that we know the context of his feelings, I'm starting to think like maybe he's gonna like get all flustered and shit. Maybe he's gonna become a bit of a mess. But I never really looked at the Minato, and he is very much putting on this like pensive, maybe not pensive, but like observant kind of face because he's trying to understand just what the relationship dynamics are and how people's feelings are of each other, because he is the locksmith character, right? He is very much the kind of guy that a very analytical guy that really tries to understand people's emotions so that he can solve the problem. But that's kind of his weakness, in that he's very analytical and very like he's very logical to the point where because he's a locksmith, kind of feels like he's like the problem solver, and he doesn't let like people. He doesn't guide people to the solution. He just kind of makes it for them. And like while it is correct, the fact that you're just kind of forcing it down on people it rubs them a long way and makes them feel as if they couldn't come up with that themselves when they probably could. You know, but that's the flaw with Minato's character.
お金払うよ。いくら？
Uh huh. Uh huh. But it is hard. Like looking from the outside, like we have the context of like the conversation that we had before, but looking from the outside in, I feel like it would be very difficult to determine like, okay, do they like each other? Does she like him? He's dating, but then Mickey and Yota, it's very complex. And if we didn't have that context, I would also be very much scratching my head as to how the relationships and the feelings really are.
いいってあげるよ。
We should make a relationship chart for the show. Like yeah, it's not that complex, but there should be some kind of chart to show like, oh, Miki and Minato are like this, and then we have Koyun and Yota and Miki, Yota, Minato, Koyun, Minato. I feel like yeah, we need kind of that.
払うよ。
じゃあ10円。
絶対嘘じゃん。せめて交換にしよう。
雨宮くん、冬休み何してた？
話題振られた。
She initiated a conversation. Ah! That was so unbelievable to him. He was just so flabbergasted that Koyun would start a conversation that he was like, oh, he was actually shocked. But I think like the reason she's trying to talk to him right now is because that she kind of wants to, like while the group is still together, she kind of wants to draw a little bit of a line there so that Miki and Yota can do their thing and get closer a little bit. So then she goes to Minato because obviously she can't just like just staying there and watching is kind of weird. And the fact that Minato is also just staying there and watching due to his character is also kind of like made them uncomfortable. So she's gonna strike a conversation with Minato in order to get their watching eyes off of them and leave them alone a little bit. But it also means that we can develop the ship between Minato and Koyun. Though I have to really bring this up. I do not think that she's asking this because she's actually that interested in him. But mostly she's just asking because she wants there to be a conversation between those two so that they don't like just watch Yota and Mickey and make them feel a little bit uncomfortable with that.
部活だったかな。あとはたまにクラスのやつと遊んだり、犬の散歩行ったり。
What's the dog doing? Oh yeah, that dog is very cute. Yeah, has she seen the dog? I mean, I'm assuming she has seen the dog, but it is very cute indeed.
あとはこの人と話すとき、何を喋っても正解じゃない気がして。
My foot in my mouth. That is. What the fuck? What the hell does that mean? My foot in my mouth? Sorry about that. Sometimes it's just burp. I kind of get what he's trying to say in that whenever he talks to her, it kind of feels like he steps on a landmine. Or like makes her feel uncomfortable. But I don't get how foot in the mouth is a metaphor for that.
どうしたらいいかわからない。
Oh, that's what he means. Like he just like his mouth is like it could have been anything. It didn't have to be a foot, but basically he's just saying that he can't say anything. He doesn't know what to do. He's just left speechless.
そういえば名前なんていうの？
You're asking him now whether he has a
What?
いや、ワンちゃん。
Oh, okay. I was guessing that second, but I didn't want to say that because honestly, I don't know why. I should have predicted it.
雨宮くんは湊でしょ？
ポンタです。
What? Oh, okay. This conversation is just so weird because like it's almost like a bit of a time delay there. He was like, "Oh, my name, oh the dog," and then he responded to the dog thing, even though she said like your first name is Minato before he said the dog. This is a very awkward conversation, and why is why is he just randomly juggling his uh I guess when you're like really flustered and awkward, you just start juggling shit. Huh.
俺がポンタじゃなくて。いや、何言ってんだ俺。
That is funny though. Like, just what's your name? Oh, it's Ponta. This show's actually kind of fun. I don't think it's as funny as Polar Opposites because it takes stuff more seriously than Polar Opposites, but it is still fun and funny sometimes when it wants to be.
ちょっと、つまらないでくんない？
That was a very
ごめん。
funny thing to do though.
ミキって本当はあんこ好きだよ。
That isn't even red. That isn't even red. Shouldn't this looks more like a taro color, like a sweet potato, like taro color, rather than red bean. Man, get your colors right. If I bought a red bean bun on the inside look like that, I'll be like, what the fuck? This ain't red bean, even though it does taste like red bean.
ミキ
Probably.
って
Hopefully.
本当はあんこ好きだよね。
Red bean is very good. Like, I love red bean paste, but when it comes to mooncakes, and you Malaysian Chinese will know this, lotus paste, unironically better. Lotus paste with the yolk in there. Oh! That's just the sweet spot. Everything that I have. Praise the Lord! Did I not press play?
って間違いないじゃん。ねえかや。
ポンタは元気なの？
うん。いつも写真。
Now Mickey's gonna be like, oh, my ship! Yatta! And Goyun! That was supposed to be it! But now it's Minato? That playboy? That fucking man whore? No!
私、二人の邪魔してない？
Oh, okay, I thought it was something else, but no, she's afraid of third wheeling. I do get that. I also don't like third wheeling whatsoever, but okay, I thought she was talking about the ship. Cause like obviously she's friends with Minato, but I thought she genuinely would be worried because like Minato is like, oh, he's trying something. He's gonna get with Goyo. Oh,
こういう。何急に？
いや、力を持て余してて。
危ないやつじゃん。理由怖っ。
yeah, she's when she gets into gorilla mode. Whoo, you gotta take cover.
もう変に気回さなくていいから。
I mean, it kind of worked, but I feel as if you gotta be more natural with it. Like, she tried, but I've seen better attempts. Because, like, the moment she did that, she would have eventually, she should have known that eventually Mickey would notice that and be like, well, she wouldn't have, I don't think she expected her to tackle Minato, but she definitely should have expected her to, like, notice it and be like, oh, wait, what the fuck, what are you doing? And then start talking to Minato instead, which kind of cucks Yota, but not really. Because, well, we don't know what Mickey's feelings about Yota and Minato are, though. That's the weird thing, and the missing piece of this whole equation.
ごめん、つい。
コーラだからその顔。
ごめんごめん。
Man, even when they're not cucking him, he still feels cucked. And, like, Mickey eternally feels like she's third wheeling a relationship. Ah, if only she knew.
なんか二人めっちゃ仲良くなってない？
They're both misinterpreting so much, but even I did. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, they're getting it wrong. Does he know? Because, like, obviously, yeah, they don't know. But I can't expect them to know because anyone else looking at this would probably also think the same way. In fact, I did before we got the confirmation that it wasn't like that. So, honestly, this isn't like a stupid misunderstanding. This is just dead ass. Like, it makes a lot of sense to think that. But, as a thing, I feel like these two kind of lack the self-awareness to realize how other people might view their relationship. And so, by doing this and not telling Koyun about how he feels, he ultimately makes Koyun... sorry, not telling Koyun, telling Miki how he feels. He ultimately makes Miki feel as if she is... That he's interested in Koyun. And it makes Miki feel as if, oh, okay, he's off limits, because, you know, he's... my friend, my best friend likes him, and he likes my best friend. So it's like I don't want to interfere with that. And so she might not see Yota in that way, which is why I believe that Yota should probably tell the feelings if he does want to get with her. Because the more you do this, the more it's just gonna make her feel make her not see you in that light, which is not what you want.
じゃあ
Yo, it's the duck boy from... This guy actually appeared in Polar Opposites. I'm doing reaction to that series too. But the duck boy. Watch out for him in Polar
私
Opposites.
行くね
Also, curry. I love me some Japanese curry and rice. It's just good. It's not exactly like the curry I'm used to here in Malaysia, because we have Malay and some Indian curry, but it's still unique and I like it. 20% off curry would be great, but I don't think that's what it is.
じゃあ私行くね
またイートイン
そう
どこだよ
Oh, the nurses. Man, you gotta leave the nurse alone, man. You're not supposed to eat in the nurse's office.
保健室はイートイン
Except for, you know, eating
じゃ
medicine.
ないのよじゃあまた
またね
Alright.
自分の好きな人と好きな人が
Shit. This is why. This is why. Yota's inaction is single-handedly the thing that is going to destroy his chances with Miki. Because of the fact that he's getting so close with Koyun, and because of the fact that they don't have that self-awareness, people are going to think that. Miki is going to think that. And so it's just, the more it goes down this path, the more he doesn't tell her, the more he just kind of like vents that frustration at Koyun, ironically, it's going to make his chances so much worse because it's going to give Miki the wrong idea. Also, ED piano, I can hear it.
いい感じかもしれないっていうただそれだけなのになんでこんなにワクワクするんだろう
I like that both Miki and Koyun kind of had the same reaction in that they're very happy that that two people they like are getting together and hopefully will have a happy relationship. But in here, it's just like, fuck, Yota. I'm kind of scared for you, man. I want you to succeed. I really do want you to succeed. Like, even when you were even when I thought you liked Koyun, I wanted you to succeed because he's a good guy. He's an interesting character, but god damn it.
あのさまだ先
Oh,
の
the
話だけ
ED's
ど
coming.
学年末テストの勉強また4人でしない
Uh-huh. Okay. Minato might back off on that because he wants Koyun and Yota to be alone, but Yota wants to be alone with Miki. I think that's what's gonna happen right now.
うん
Oh no, they both said sure. Okay, whatever. But they're hesitant
二
about
人
it.
のキューピッドになっとるで
Ah, fuck.
あれミキちゃんじゃない一緒にいるのって日野くんと雨宮くん
His name is Hino? His last name's Hino? His name's Yota Hino? I never knew that.
かなミキちゃんってあんな感じだったっけ
How have they not noticed it? Like, they do this publicly at a place like a cafeteria. Like, how do you not notice? Actually, how do you not notice? Because it's like, it's all public shit. Girl, it's not that tough. Alright, that's another episode of Ramparts of Ice. This was a big one. This was it was the entire thing with Yota and Koyun, which I thought they might have feelings for each other, maybe, and I was kind of shipping it. Listen, I am a Minato and Koyun shipper, but I can see a good ship where there is one, and I do definitely see that these two could have made maybe a good couple, but they decided to be just friends, and that's nice. Once again, proving Danjuro wrong, and that a boy-girl friendship can survive and will survive, hopefully, in this anime. And then bombshell, Yota actually likes Miki. That was a pretty big revelation, but it has been very well foreshadowed, and I like that from the author. Overall, very solid show. I love this show quite a lot, almost as much as Polar Opposites. In fact, maybe even a little bit more than Polar. Nah, a bit more than Polar Opposites, definitely. But we don't have any confirmation on Koyun and Minato, and we don't have any confirmation on Miki and Yota, which is the big thing because I don't think Miki sees Yota in that light. Partially because he's so close with Koyun. It's just kind of ironic. The girls at the end are kind of dumb because like I don't understand how they never noticed this until now. Like they've been doing this shit this entire time, and like what's wrong with that, right? I feel like the gap moe between like oh she's just like a popular, pretty like what's a good word for it, like very well mannered girl, but she's actually like a big gorilla on the inside. I kind of like that gap moe. I enjoy Mickey's character, but yeah, this was a very big episode. And while I thought it would go in one direction multiple times, prove me wrong. And Colin wasn't even jealous of Mickey or anything. Just they want to work together. Really nice, really nice. So that is going to be the end of this reaction. Jeez, 1 hour 20 minutes, bro. Listen, this reaction to fucking feature length movie almost. Damn. How did it even get this long? But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this reaction. If you're still watching this, somehow, then get the fuck out of here. But number 4, subscribing, liking, ringing the bell, commenting down below. And be sure to check out the playlist over there for even more Ramparts of Ice content. And as always, until next time, peace. Well, sayonara. Keep fucking that up.